right.
All right, good evening, class. I'd like to talk to you today about training children up God's way. God valued the children and had compassion for the children very, very much. My name is Pastor Rouse. I've been pastor for 12 years. I also have a youth ministry. I have a prison ministry, and I also have a jailhouse ministry. Just last week I was at the jailhouse and I was at the prison. I was ministering to the inmates, and one of the inmates came up to me and he began to tell me that he has been in prison for 34 years. And he said his mother and father was both gone. And the thing that struck my heart, and he said he had been there since he was 15 years old. And my heart went out to him. It's time for the parents to start training our children the way God said train them. I was looking on the internet the other day and I was pull up a website and it was talking about children killing children. And I read a statement that it says a 7-year-old kid in Queens, New York, on top of a building, took a 2-year-old kid and threw it off the building. As I continued to read on, and I read another place there where it said there was another child that was 13 years old. And he shot and killed his mother with no emotion at all.
Right.
I am very, very concerned about the youth. It's time for the parents to get back to raising our kids like God says raise them. I have 4 main points I would like to talk about. One of them is training our kids the way the Bible says train them. My second point would be preparing our children for the future. My third point is involve our children. And our fourth point is rebuke our children. Point number 1, Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way it should go. In the way that it should go. It's time for us as a parent to point our child in the right direction. Also, I read Proverbs 13:24 that says, whosoever spare the rod hate his child, but he that loveth him diligent discipline him. Now, I don't know no person that hate his child. I don't know any, but it could be some. But the Bible let us know if you don't spare the rod on your child, then it says you hate your child. It says we need to discipline our children even more. We got to get back to raising our children like the Bible said, raise them. Point number 2 talks about preparing our children for the future. And I'd like to quote here where President Franklin D. Roosevelt said, he said, we may not be able to prepare the future for our children, but at least we should be able to prepare our children for the future. How many know our children is a key to the nation? Our children is the key to the nation for the future that's yet to come. And it's time for us to prepare our children for the future. My third point is talking about involve your children. Benjamin Franklin, the one who made the great lights, and I quote, says, tell me and I'll forget. Teach me and I'll remember. Involve me and I'll learn. So in other words, he said if we involve our children in doing the right things, then they'll learn more about doing the right things. We need to involve our children by bringing them to church, teaching them what the Word of God said, and holding them accountable for what the Word of God said for them to do. Involve, and then they will learn. Charles H. Spurgeon, he's a preacher back in 1834 through 92. He was known in England as the greatest minister. He went on to say, and I quote, "If we never have headaches through rebuking our children, we should have plenty of heartaches when they grow up." Now, I don't know about you, but I would rather have a headache about rebuking my child over and over and over than after he grow up, then I have heartaches. So, in my conclusion is that we need to get back to what the Bible say about training up our children. The Bible says, train up a child in the way it should go, the way it should go. We got to put our children in the right direction. And we got to prepare our children for the future. The future changes daily. So we got to prepare our children for the future, because our children is really the church of today, and if I could say that. And our children is the future, is the key to the future of our nation, our children. Also, we need to involve our children. Let them get involved in some of the right activities. There's many things that we can involve our children in that will help them to grow up and be a great individual in this world. Charles Spurgeon said that we need to rebuke our children. We need to rebuke our children. Sometimes we have a problem with rebuking our children, but I go along with what he said about the headache and the heartache. That try to stuck in my spirit. He'd rather have a headache about my child than when he grow up or she grow up, and then it create more heartaches for me. I thank you for your time, and I appreciate your patience. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Thank you.